what is going on YouTube? Is the one the only the Med Character, and here guys today, bringing you a recap of what happened in week 13 of the UPA in our battle against Dr. Piplup. So if you guys are hyped, destroy that like button down below. You already know all that fun stuff. Now, as you can see on your screen, you're not looking at a battle. You're simply looking at my team. That is because pretty much my computer is going to be on the fritz for the rest of the season, or the main season. If I do make playoffs, then I will definitely make sure to record that live, because that's something that needs to be recorded live. But so yes, let's focus on that at another point. And normally we save our battles once they're done, like that way we can go back, look at the replays, and do all that fun stuff. Unfortunately, me and Piplup both forgot to save our replay, so there's physically no replay or anything of the battle. So basically, I have Piplup's team here. Hold up, I want to make sure. Yeah, you guys can't even see it. I have Piplup's team pulled up off to the side here, and pretty much I'm just gonna go over the team, what I can recall from the battle, and all that fun stuff. So yeah. So as you see here, our team consists of Mega Gallade, rocking Drain Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Psycho Cut. We have Diverse the Mew, Stealth Rock, Heal Bell, Defog, and Aura Sphere. Then we have Liability the Crocodile, rocking out with Choice Scarf, Moxie, Earthquake, Crunch, Outrage, and Stone Edge. We have Cake the Slurpuff with a Citrus Berry, Unburden, Calm Mind, Surf, Draining Kiss, Cotton Guard. Sword Art Online the Doublade. Oh wait, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. Yeah, unfortunately the page stops there because I can't scroll down any farther. Thanks, Showdown. But yeah, so down here at the bottom, it's hard. I know you guys can't see it, but we have Sword Art Online, the Doublade, Sword Stand, Sacred Sword, Ironhead, Shadow Sneak, and then we have Habon, the Goodra, Assault Vested with Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam. Okay. So basically, the reason that this team was built the way it was to handle a few threats. God damn it! I wish there was a way for me to, like, can I move that up somehow? I don't know. Okay. Fuck, wrong thing. Okay. There we go. So, Habon the Goodra, as I said, he was Assault Vested with Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam. I have to reiterate the moveset. Max HP, Max Defense, Modest Nature. And that was because Habon here, in his ability, was gooey. Habon was essentially my check to the Victini, whether it wanted to run physical or special. Physical or special, Victini couldn't do a lot. At the most, he'd be hitting me with Zen Headbutt. And even then, because of the investments I ran, Goodra could eat up like 3 or 4 of them unless he was choice banded. And I had Muddy Water just so I could hit him back. Just so I could hit him. What else was there? Then there obviously was the problem of the Togekiss, because Togekiss can stop Habon in his tracks, it can stop Crocodile in his tracks if it so pleases. It can stop a lot of things. So we have Gallade here with Ice Punch, but that's not really an answer. And so we also had Crocodile with Stone Edge. And worst came to worst, we could just go into a Stall War with Slurpup. And obviously Doublade is sitting in the back. But Serene Grace flinching is really not my favorite thing, but it could happen. Domfan was also low-key in the back of my mind. That's why we had Ice Punch and Ice Beam on a few Mons, and we also have Surf on Cake, simply because it was the most coverage, I think. I didn't personally believe the Empoleon was going to come. Truth be told, if it did, Crocodile's right there. If Crocodile, for some odd reason, had gone down already, you have Habon chilling there, ready to load up a Flamethrower on it, I guess. And then also you had Mew with Aura Sphere. Now, Mew did not have a... As you see, it was a especially defensive Mew. That was because Mew was meant to be the wall of the team. Granted, it had no recovery, but it was meant to be a wall. And Aura Sphere was the only offensive move, simply because of Empoleon, Hydreigon, Mega Lopunny, and what else? I believe the Scizor. Yeah, that was my mindset. Basically because Psyshock, while it could help, all 4 of those mons could swallow Psyshocks, but they couldn't swallow Aura Sphere. So I figured he's meant to be a wall, but if he's stuck in, he can at least hit for some damage. And then what else was on Dr. Piplup's team. He has Hitmontop and Raichu, both some pretty decent mons, but Gallade could pretty much handle Hitmontop, and Crocodile could handle Raichu. It was just one of those things. Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny was a kind of fear in the back of my mind, but you had Gudra in the back with Gooey, and then you also had Cake here, who could just start firing off draining kisses. Even at neutral with the max special attack that you see right here, it will still be doing a shit ton. So I figured, why not? And then we have our lovely friend Tangrowth on his team, who was catching a flamethrower, he's catching a fire punch on Gallade, he was catching an ice punch if he needed to. He was catching a lot of things. He was catching these hands in the end of the day. Frostlass, same thing, fire punch, flamethrower, where it was crunch on Crocodile. The options were there. And then finally on Dr. Piplup's team, we have Scizor and... Okay, well, hold up. We have two more monsters. So we have Scizor, which fire punch, all that fun stuff. And then we have Hydreigon. Now, fun fact about Hydreigon is if it is Choice Scarf, it outspeeds a Crocodile. And Hydreigon, for those of you that did not know, it hits like a fucking semi. Literally, if nothing on my team would have wanted to take it outside of Doublade. However, Doublade could live the hit with max HP, and then actually he could live 2 or 3 unless he was running Flamethrower. Even then, he'd live at least 1 to get a Swords Dance up, and say he didn't have Flamethrower, he was just Dragon Pulsing away, I could Sacred Sword and just obliterate it. So that was pretty much my idea with building this team. Now, when it came to the actual battle, it was... I'm trying to remember exactly what he brought. Unfortunately, I do not... My memory is shit. That shows you how long ago we actually did this. I do know for a fact he brought Togekiss, Donphan, I believe Victini, Hydreigon, Frostlass. So Hydreigon, Togekiss, Donphan, Frostlass, Scizor, and Victini. Those were his 6 mons, I believe. If I was wrong about that, sorry, Pip, but I just couldn't remember your team. So when it got into the battle, I was like, okay, all of those mons are terrifying, but I was expecting a lead rocks Donphan. So my first mind was like, okay, who wants to deal with Donphan? And my first initial reaction was Slurpuff, because I figured Slurpuff could come in, either set up or just start firing off Surfs. I believe that this is who I led with. Once again, I'm just trying to recall it as best as I can. So it's like, meh. So probably that was my idea of some kind, to get the Slurpuff in on the Donphan. Well, fun fact about his Donphan, and this is going to be stuff I found out after the battle, his Donphan was Choice Banded. Choice Banded Earthquake. And it also had Ice Shard Knockoff and I believe Stone Edge? I believe some degree or something. Anyway, so we had Slurpuff was my idea for that, and then obviously because he was Choice Banded, it wasn't exactly going to end well, so I'm pretty sure either Slurpuff went down or I swapped into Habon, and then he swapped into Hydreigon, and Habon just went down. But basically it came to the point where I was like, alright, enough is enough. Gallade needs to come out. So I sent out Gallade, and he goes for, I believe it, and then he had his Togetic in. I'm just trying to recall the memorable parts, and this is probably the most memorable part because it determined the whole battle. So I have Gallade in on the Togekiss, and at this point I had already lost, I believe, 1 or 2 mons. I believe Sword Art Online had gone down, so I was like, this Togekiss sweeps my team. I can't do anything. I was just like, even though I have the Ice type moves, it's still hitting me too hard. He was like, I don't think he was Choice Specs. I think he was just I think he was either modest or something along that line. Anyway, he hit hard, and it just sucked. And I just didn't know what to do. So, at that point, though, however, Gallade did outspeed, so I figured, what the hell. I know why do I always want to say Togetic? Togekiss. I know it's bulky, but Nice Punch should at least bring it down to half. Ice Punch, I Ice Punched it. It brought it down to, I believe, around 44% from full, and I was just like, oh, great, here comes the Air Slash. JK, Gallade, for the 2nd week in the row, has decided that he loves me so much, he's going to start freezing people. That is why his new name is The Heated Mo. So check that out for weeks 14 and 15. His name is The Heated Mo because he's just freezing and flinching and making all these hacks. And the Togekiss was frozen. And Piplup, at that point, he was just like, God, he was angry. And I could understand, because, like, literally, against Diage, I'm not going to say I deserved it, but hashtag Dragon Knight's Revenge, that was a thing. Freezing the Togekiss like that, I was just like, that sucks, but it's what I needed to try to bounce back in this game. So luckily, I was able to take down the Togekiss. And then it comes down to this fight. The Victini comes out. I have no answers for it. I have to sack Mew, I believe is what I ended up doing, to send in Liability, to start crunching and doing all this and that. Or Earthquaking, I think at that point is what I was doing. And Liability was scooping up left and right before Liability gets knocked out. And eventually it came down to, I think I had 2 Mons left. I can't remember who, but I had Gallade and 1 other Mon. I can't remember who. And it was his Donphan. And this is the point where I realized he's Choice Band, he's hitting me way too hard. And his Donphan is at full HP. So he's obviously loading up an Earthquake. I'm like, and I have Gallade in at this point because I'd sent it in to kill something. I was like, whatever, Gallade's going down right now. His Earthquake's hitting too hard and I've lost. He's going to sweep me with his Earthquake. He's going to sweep me with his Earthquake Choice Banded Donphan. I was just like, at that point, I was literally, as I was typing GG in the chat to him, obviously Gallade outspeeds because Mega Gallade, because I was running Jolly Nature, maxes out 350. And I fire off an Ice Punch, and obviously it's a Donphan, so it lives. It actually lived with like a decent amount. I think it was like 50 something. It lived with quite a bit of health. But once again, Gallade decides that it ain't over till he says it over. Enough when I say enough. Shout out to Eminem. He freezes the Donphan. And at that point, I'm just like, I literally was typing, I'm so sorry to Piplup as he forfeited the match. Like, not forfeited it to me, but like he clicked the forfeit button on Showdown. And Donphan was his last Mon, so... And I'm not even going to lie. I should have lost that battle. But because I got the freezes, because pretty much the 10% RNG was on my side, I'm pretty sure in that battle total, I went for 4 Ice Punches and 2 of them froze. I mean, for 10% to act like 50%, I'll take it. So, we did win. I believe it was a 2-0 against Dr. Piplup. Shout out to him. His channel will be in the description. But just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are week 13, which means I believe if my math is correct, we are currently are we 8-3? No, we're 9-3. 9-3. 9-3 because we did have that off week. Which means that based off of everybody else's points right now, we have 2 matches left. All we have to do is win one of them, and we're guaranteed playoffs. So we're right there. I can taste it. However, we do have some tough opponents left to face. Going up this Sunday, you will see my battle against T-Lord 300. So be hyped for that, because that could be, because for me that's a determining match now. Because if I lose that, then it comes down to the last match. And that's so much pressure on me. And I'm going to break the 4th wall real quick. This entire season, whenever I've battled somebody... Now, keep in mind, this is a group of friends. We are all friends, except for 1 or 2 of us. But hey, that's besides the point. We're all friends, and we all like to work together and all that fun stuff. And at the end of the day, it's just for fun. However, in my matches, when I did do the live commentary, you guys can't see the Showdown chat. And I purposely have that edited out so you can't see it, simply because of how, I'm gonna say, one-sided it is. And it's not like the people don't love me. No, trust me. They all love me. They're my homeboys and home gals, and they got me back. They got my back for the end of time. But every single time I would go to battle somebody, everybody would join, because we all watch each other's battles. It's just what we do. And every time that we would go to battle somebody, 90% of the time, everybody else would be cheering for the other person. and I'd just be sitting on my own in the corner, twiddling my thumbs. And everyone, well, not everyone, but there's been pretty much I've been the biggest shit talker of all in this little group we have. And I physically have said several times, yo, I'm making playoffs. I'm coming to destroy all y'all. And I've just been talking the most mad of shit. And everyone, since day one of Season 2, since we drafted, which feels like 9,000 years ago, but ever since we drafted, literally half the group has been like, you're not making playoffs. You're not going to do this. We're going to 6-0 you here, here, and here, and here. All of these people are against me, and I'm still rising to the goddamn top. This could just be me, my inner shit talker coming out. But you cannot hold me fucking back. When I set my mind to something, Gallade comes through. RNG comes through. I'm here. I'm most certainly kind of queer. And I'm gonna win this season, whether you like it or not. The Mecha Character, signing out.